have a few flakes flying around here in the bluegrass, but really it's to the southern zones that we're seeing the bulk of it. And it's going to last throughout the next few hours. I'll show you timing and how much you can expect out of this coming up.
Slick roads in Jessamine County caused some problems for drivers this morning and some session cancellations for the school districts.
We've learned the 6-year-old boy who was dragged by a Clark County bus is at UK Hospital with a fractured wrist and broken pelvis.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at Noon.
Good afternoon from WKYT News on what has turned into a wintry day. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. Some areas of the bluegrass seeing some light snow showers this midday, and that's expected to last through the afternoon.
But temperatures are on the rise as we await a big-time warm-up for the weekend. Let's go to WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris live in our First Alert Weather Center. Some are having some real issues with the weather now.
Yeah, big issues, especially back towards 65. Now, as we discussed this morning, about 50 times this morning, is the south and southwestern zones. That's going to be the best chance to actually see some of this accumulation, and that's exactly where we're looking at that. Now, as you go toward Lexington, we didn't really get much. Southern Fayette County, you got a few flakes, but really it's in the southern zones and south of 64 is where we have really been watching the past couple of hours. Now, here's the look across radar. Now, let's zoom out. This is the big picture, and you can see that shaded area. That's exactly where you're seeing the bulk of the snow at the moment. We did get some snow over toward the east and southeast. It wasn't too much, but it was enough to cause some issues. Now, this next batch will slowly but surely glide toward the east. So if you're sitting in Richmond, I think southbound, I don't think it'll reach toward Lexington anymore, but southbound, that's the best shot at seeing some more snow with those cold temperatures. Well, I'll show you this up and down forecast because it does go up, and I'll show you that coming up.
All right, that's a good thing, and we'll see you shortly. And that light snow is causing some big problems on a lot of central Kentucky roads. This is an eyewitness picture of the snow falling in Richmond. Several crashes have been reported on Interstate 75. Our Victor Puente is in Madison County with an update on the conditions here at noon, and it is our top story here at midday.
Dispatchers tell me they've had at least half a dozen wrecks here in Madison County since this snow started. One tow truck driver told me it's been a very busy morning. Scenes like this one were every few miles along I-75. The traffic has cleared most of the snow, but the shoulder gives you an idea of what drivers had to deal with this morning. A deputy told me a few crashes had injuries, but most didn't. This driver lost control near mile 92, sending his truck into the embankment. Closer to the Fayette County line, another driver slid into the barrier. One of the deputies working these crashes told me the advice he had for drivers is pretty simple.
Slow down. Slow down.
As you can see behind me, there's still quite a bit of backup on the northbound lanes. That stretches for a couple of miles, but the southbound lanes are moving just fine. In Madison County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. And state road crews are currently patrolling and treating roadways in Madison, Fayette, Boyle, and Garrett counties.
Now, the snow has also caused travel troubles in Jessamine County. There are reports of several accidents, and the school system was forced to make some last-minute changes because of the slick road conditions. WKYT's Sam Smith continues our top story team coverage now in Jessamine County. Sam?
I'm told road conditions here in Nicholasville were much worse a couple of hours ago. The snowfall made the streets slick. I'm told it was around 10 a.m. when the roads were at their worst. Around that time, students going to afternoon preschool and afternoon kindergarten are normally picked up by school buses. School officials made the call to cancel those sessions so bus drivers and students would not have to navigate those slick roads. About 150 to 175 students are impacted. School officials tell me they'll continue to monitor the roads all day. They say as the day has progressed, conditions have improved. They don't expect any issues when classes let out this afternoon. Emergency management officials ask drivers to be careful out here. They say several accidents have been reported, and road crews are out to scrape and treat what's on the roads now. In Nicholasville, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Sam, thank you. There are several schools dismissing early today, including Lee, Whitley, and Wayne counties. You can see the full list at the bottom of the screen or on WKYT.com. And you can stay up to date on weather information and school closings at WKYT.com.
In other news at noon, we're getting some new information this midday about the circumstances behind a Central Kentucky elementary school student being dragged down the road by his school bus. It happened yesterday on Clintonville Road near US 60 in Winchester. Witnesses say the boy's jacket got stuck in a groove in the bus step and he was dragged face down on the road for 15 to 20 feet. WKYT's Mark Barber is working that story for us in Clark County with the latest on the investigation. Mark?
According to the sheriff's report, the elementary boy who was dragged by the school bus is a 6-year-old with cerebral palsy. The daycare director of the Loving Touch Learning Center says the child is at UK Hospital, where he is being treated for a fractured wrist and broken pelvis. Investigators tell us the elementary student was dragged face down on the road by the bus for about 15 feet yesterday afternoon. Lisa Clem, the director of the nearby daycare, was also hurt in the accident. She says the 6-year-old boy can't walk on his own, so she was helping him get off the school bus. She tells us before they cleared the bus, the driver took off. Clem says she fell to the ground and the boy was dragged off. The daycare director believes the child's jacket got caught in a groove in the bottom step of the bus. According to the sheriff's report, there were 26 students on the bus. Some of their parents say their children are traumatized. They didn't want to talk on camera, though, and asked us to change their voices.
They were crying, they were just distraught, and just kept talking about it.
Actually, it was all 3 of them this morning when I took them to the bus stop. They're scared to death getting on the bus now.
The incident report states that 43-year-old Tammy Howard was the bus driver. According to the sheriff's report, she was distracted and inattentive. I went to her apartment to ask for her side of the story, but no one answered the door. In Winchester, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you. And we do have calls in to the superintendent asking if Howard will be driving again today. And while we're still waiting to hear back, we have been told that school officials are reviewing the surveillance video from the bus to decide how they're going to proceed.
Investigators have identified 2 people killed in a head-on crash in Lexington. It happened yesterday on Versailles Road, near Terrace View Drive. Investigators say the driver of the Civic, 19-year-old Logan Hayes, died at the scene. One of his passengers, Christopher Sterry, died at UK Hospital. 2 others were also hurt in the crash. The search continues this midday for 2 Kentucky teens who police believe are on a multi-state crime spree. Grayson County deputies say Cheyenne Phillips and 18-year-old Dalton Hayes crashed a stolen car and ran from police before stealing another vehicle. They were last spotted in South Carolina. Whitney Wetzel is at the live desk now with reaction from Dalton's mother in this Crime Tracker report. Whitney?
Well, authorities continue to search for the 2 teens who have been on the run now for nearly 2 weeks. The pair was most recently spotted in South Carolina earlier this week. 13-year-old Cheyenne Phillips and her boyfriend, 18-year-old Dalton Hayes, were seen in a Manning, South Carolina Walmart on Monday. Police said the couple made 2 purchases there using stolen checks. In each transaction, they bought breath mints and wrote over the purchase amount on the checks in order to get about $20 in cash back. Authorities believe the 2 are still traveling in a red 2006 Toyota Tacoma with Kentucky farm tag 0050CD. Authorities say a firearm was in that vehicle when it was taken, and it's just one of 2 cars that the couple is accused of stealing. The teens' families are now pleading for the pair to return home.
I want to say, please come home. We love you, miss you all, and we need you home, and safe. We know that y'all have done wrong, but you need to step up and, take the consequences of what you've done and come home.
We love you. We want you to come home. Please come home.
Now, when the 2 were seen at the Walmart, Phillips was wearing a black long-sleeve shirt, black sweatpants, and brown and pink cowboy boots. Hayes was wearing light-colored dirty blue jeans, a UK Wildcats short-sleeve shirt, and black tennis shoes. Police say it's unclear where they were headed when they left that store, but authorities in Myrtle Beach have been alerted to be on the lookout for those teens. At the live desk, Whitney Wetzel, back to you.
Whitney, thank you. Anyone with information on the teens' whereabouts should contact their local law enforcement agency.
Republican Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky says that some people game the system to receive disability payments they don't deserve. Paul was meeting with Republican lawmakers in the primary state of New Hampshire as he considers a bid for president. He talked about how fraud is a widespread problem in disability programs that help people injured at work. He says too many people collect money from Uncle Sam.
What I tell people is, if you look like me and you hop out of your truck, you shouldn't be getting a disability check. You know, over half the people on disability are either anxious or their back hurts. Join the club, you know?
The Democratic National Committee seized on the comments, calling them offensive. In a later interview with the Associated Press, Paul dismissed the criticism. He says his critics are arguing for fraud, while he's arguing for eliminating fraud.